Welcome again from Shelf Life Online. We'd like to draw your attention to two fiction books. They're as different as night and day. The very first one is Hideaway by Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts, of course, is J.D. Robb, who does the Death series, and she has over 500 million books in print. So she's one of the most prolific authors out there. And this is her latest. It's just under 500 pages, but it is an interesting read, as all her books are. This book involves the world of Caitlin Sullivan, who comes from a long line of family members who are the elite of Hollywood. Her great-grandfather has died, and there is a memorial service. And at the memorial service, Caitlin is playing hide and go seek with her cousins. And suddenly this man who she thinks is one of the servers talks to her and then injects her with a needle and knocks her out and takes her to a secret location. Now the object is to contact her parents with a ransom of something like $10 million. Well, they leave her, and the smart girl that Caitlin is, she manages to escape. She strings some bed sheets together, puts them out the window, and she runs to the next closest farm. She is found, and it is discovered that one of the people behind the kidnapping and ransom is her own mother. She wanted part of the ransom money. So anyways, the mother goes to jail. The farm that she ran to, she meets this boy named Dylan. And as the book progresses, her and Dylan get together. But there's some interesting things going on. She loves him, leaves him, and in the meantime, her mother gets out of prison. She served her time, and it's some interesting variables. The people who were part of the kidnapping, they start having misfortunes. And so it makes you wonder, is it revenge from the mother or someone else? So this is typical Nora Roberts. She writes so well. Her characters are so well defined. So if you're looking for an interesting mystery book, a little bit of romance, but it's mainly mystery. And so you cannot go wrong with Hideaway. So go out and don't hide away, but go and find this book, because it is really worth reading. And in the words of Monty Python, and now for something completely different, is Who Killed the FONZ by James Boice. This is, if you watched Happy Days back in the 70s and 80s, and who didn't, you remember all the great characters, the Fonz, Richie, Potsy, Ralph Melf, and the whole Cunningham clan. Well, this book is about 20 plus years into the future. It takes place in the 80s. And it's got all our characters. Richie Cunningham is now known as Richard Cunningham, and he is a famous screenwriter. He's been nominated for an Oscar. So he's sort of had a falling out with Ralph and Potsy of sorts. But the Fonz is still there. But, as the title implies, the Fonz has a motorcycle accident. He goes off the road, off a curve, and in the river, and he supposedly drowns. Now, at first it looks like an accident, but Richard Cunningham thinks something's not right here, because the Fonz would never, ever lose control of his motorcycle. Like, he's jumped the shark and he's done so many things. So Richard Cunningham starts to look into it, and he meets police in the town where the Fonz supposedly died. And he suspects something, because one of the police officers had a real grudge against Fonzie. So he believes that they're to blame. So he starts investigating. And it's not good for him to investigate, because they want to kill him. And of course, we never could have the Richard Cunningham being killed, even in a fantasy fiction book. So if you want a book that is Happy Days taken to the dark side, and they call it this like detective noir, which is not exactly noir, just really straight out mystery. So this book is very different. It reintroduces you to the Cunninghams. Mr. C has died. Mrs. Cunningham is still alive, and Richard, by the way, is with Lori Beth. She was one of his squeezes on the show. So, anyways, this is a different kind of book. If, like I said, if you have a taste for nostalgia and want to go back to the past, to those happy days, you can't go wrong with this. This is a fast read, and I think you really like it. So thank you again for watching us, and tell your friends about us here. And hopefully we'll see you real soon. And as always, stay safe.